that I came across this big revelation that I got from watching a movie that I've seen probably 1,000 times or so, and it's The Green Lantern. I learned so much from just different things, and I just want to encourage you that if you don't consider learning from movies and books and things that are outside the norm, nonfiction stuff, try it. Try it for yourself. Trust me. Look for something that you can learn. There's a message in everything that's out there. So that's kind of a caveat to this video today, but I learned something last week while I was on travel watching it, and I came in on the very tail end of the movie, and it's the part where Hal Jordan, aka the Green Lantern, is being overcome or overtaken by Parallax, the big cloud thing. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to give it away, but I encourage you to go see it. It's been out forever. But here's some things that I learned, that I jotted down, that I learned from watching The Green Lantern, from that one excerpt at the end. And the first thing is, don't give up. Even when you're afraid, don't give up, because it's just not worth it. In the end, the end result, it's not worth it. Don't give up. The second thing was, there comes a time when you're going to have to face your fears. One of the themes throughout the movie was Hal Jordan's fear and not overcoming his fears. So that point in the movie was a culmination of him just really facing his fears and doing whatever he needed to do to get over it. The third thing was, when facing your fears, encourage yourself. In that scene, when Parallax was encroaching upon him and it was just a lot of darkness, he didn't focus. The way he faced his fear was not to focus on what he was afraid of, but he encouraged himself through it by repeating the little Green Lantern, little thing, whatever that they say. And so that's important, and that leads me to the next thing that I want to say is, you need to have a word to stand on, something that encourages, that you can recite, that will encourage you. I don't care if it's a motivational quote, it's a scripture, it's something that you've seen on TV, on the internet. You've got to have something that can encourage you through whatever darkness that's coming, because my next point is, darkness will come. I don't care how long you've been living. I don't care. You've been there, done that. There is a new darkness that will come. You've got to have something to stand on. You've got to have something that you can recite that's going to encourage you to get through it, because it's not going to stop. It's going to come through over and over and over again. So make sure that when the darkness comes, you have a word, you have something that can encourage you through it, that you can recite for yourself. Because in that scene, he didn't have a phone that he can pick up the phone and call somebody else. It wasn't about somebody else coming to his rescue. It was about him digging deep within himself to recite what he needed to recite, to focus on the energy that he needed to put into defeating the enemy. Now, once he did that, he was able to get away, and then he lured him out into a different strategy on his playing field. And then that's when my next point is, his support system came. You've got to have a support system. All the way out in space, he gets out there, he's fighting Parallax, what he believes is alone, and then all of a sudden, boom, the rest of the Green Lantern Corps shows up. He didn't know they were there, but that was his support system. But even before that, throughout the film, he had a support system along the way that was encouraging him and telling him that there was something in him that was there that everybody saw that he didn't see. And you need to have a support system, people who can encourage you and see something in you that you don't even see in yourself, until that moment of clarity, that revelation comes to you that, wow, this is what they saw in me. And you dig deep into it and you make something of it. So, and the last thing I want to say is, when darkness comes, you've got to be the light that dispels that darkness. Nobody else can do it for you. There's a light in all of us. It doesn't matter if it's just a smidgen, if it's the size of a mustard seed, which is really, really small, or the size of a grain of sand, which is even smaller, infinitely smaller. You have to be the light that dispels the darkness when it comes, because your mom can't dispel the light for you, that darkness for you. You have got to be the light that dispels the darkness that comes to overshadow you, that comes to overwhelm you, that comes to defeat you. You've got to be that light, and you've got to let the light that's inside of you shine so brightly that it literally kills the darkness and sends it away, and it explodes to where it burns up. In the movie, that's exactly what he did when he was reciting that Green Lantern Corps thing, whatever, brightest day, darkest night. You know, that light, that green light shined brighter and brighter, and it kept pushing him away till eventually he was able to get away. And then out in space, that's what he did. He had enough courage to be able to mentally come up with whatever constructs he needed to defeat him. And he remembered something along the way from his support system that said, the bigger you are, the harder you burn. And so what happened was he used that knowledge to his advantage to defeat Parallax and push him farther into what? The sun, which is more light. So just remember along the way, these are a few things that I learned from the Green Lantern. One, don't give up even when you're afraid. Two, there comes a time when you're going to have to face your fear. When facing your fears, encourage yourself. Have a word or something to stand on. Know that darkness is going to come. Be that light that dispels the darkness. And in order to do that, you've got to have a good support system. So these are just a few things that, again, I learned from watching the Green Lantern. And I hope that it encourages you and you find something in it that can help you. So this is me, the Classified Lady, sending you lots of love and light. Until the next time, have a fantastic day. Bye.